morning, everyone. It's Karen from Salt and Sand Studios. I just realized you can mostly see my computer, so I'm going to move that away. And we're here today for our stretching and strengthening. Not that we're not doing that in every class, but giving you an opportunity to discover some of the poses that are actually stretching one place and strengthening another, or maybe focused on stretching, but they also have a strength aspect to them. So specifically, just to prepare you and set expectations, we will do a chair variation, probably even two. Bridge is one area that we will work on, and runner's lunge, which my special in-house guest got to practice last night as well. So very excited. We're going to start in our comfortable seat. Allow yourself to find a long, tall spine and let the hands rest wherever they are comfortable, making some space for the ribs so the breath has a way to expand the lungs. Take a deep, deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, release it. We're going to take box breaths. So we'll start with a count of 4, and then we'll go to 6 and then 8. So it's 4 in, 4 hold, 4 out, all through the nose, 4 hold, and come back in, 6 retain, 6 out, 6 hold, and then to 8. We're breathing in. Retain. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Retain. Exhale. And hold. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. And hold. Big breath in through the nose and out the nose. Drop your hands by your sides. Big breath in through the nose. Lift the shoulders. Squeeze them up. Press the shoulders behind you. Release it all at the mouth. And again, shoulders squeeze up. Inhale. Press the shoulders behind. Let it all go. Third time. Back. Squeeze. Release. Draw your hands to your heart and consider what motivated you to come to your mat today. And then yogi's choice, you may utilize that to sort of trampoline into your intention, or maybe you have a different intention for your practice this morning or whenever you happen to be watching this on demand. And with that in mind, we'll drop our hands to our lap or our thighs and take a look over the right shoulder. Let the eyeballs roll all the way to the right. Steady breath. Strong, long back. Inhale, come through center. And exhale, turn your head the other side. Again, the eyeballs roll in the same direction as far as you can take them. Inhale, chin forward. Exhale, this time we're going to turn the head toward the right, and then we're going to drop the chin toward the armpit. We'll take the right hand, place it on the occipital lobe, the big bulge at the back of your head, No pushing, no pulling, just resting and using gravity to help open up the left side of the neck. And maybe you drop the left hand to the ground, walk it away from you, or you could even not have the left hand on the ground, but a long straight arm that you're pushing the heel away toward the ground. There's a little strengthening work while we stretch the left side of the neck. Left hand drops, right hand drops, chin to chest. A little pendulum movement of your head, left and right. Next time the chin drops to the chest, lift it parallel to the earth and take a look over the left shoulder again. Chin drops down as if you're looking at your armpit. Left arm reaches up and around, rests on the back of your head. Right side of the neck, you should start feeling a stretch, maybe even into the shoulder. And we're going to go ahead and lift the fingers off the ground. So it's like you're hovering over the earth with your right hand, and send the heel of the hand toward the ground. So stretching your triceps, maybe your biceps, maybe your shoulder, but also strengthening the triceps and stretching the neck. Right hand drops, left hand drops, chin to your chest. You can move that neck into and head into circles, taking your time. In one direction first. Check that you haven't sort of settled in so much on your saddle, as it were, that your spine is not as straight as it would naturally be, or maybe a teeny bit straighter, and go in the other direction with your head. Beautiful. Chin drops, chin comes parallel to the earth. We float the left arm up. Get really, really straight, like your sitting bones are stuck to the earth. Breathe deeply in. And then curve on the left side, like you're opening up the rib cage, nice and round, front, side, and back. Maybe a gaze upward. That might not work for you. Look toward your right hand, sweep your left hand toward it. Left hand comes around in front of your legs, and then both arms will reach up overhead. Press the palms together. Bend the elbows, fingers come to the nape of the neck or between the shoulders, and press your head back into the forearms. Now here you might be feeling a stretch under the arms, maybe in the chest, but you're also strengthening your belly, especially if you're loosening your hips. So draw the belly in and up and the tailbone forward. We'll drop the left hand by the side, reach the right hand toward the sky like you could grab a cloud, but you're still stretching, and then we make a little arch of the right side of the body, perhaps taking a peek upward toward the arm. Take a look down at your left hand. Allow your right hand to come around toward it. And then this time when we sweep in front, the hands will both meet in front and we'll walk them forward. You might take a little halfway lift with a breath in. Reach your heart past your fingers energetically, and then soften as you reach the hands forward a little bit more. Lots of stretching going on in this posture. Maybe you take a little inventory of the places in the body that are stretching. Hands walk backward all the way behind you as the shoulders stack over the hips. We're going to lengthen the front body, the side bodies, the back body. Draw the shoulder blades together. I love it when I can look at it. It looks like almost like I don't have arms. And then we reach the heart up and drop the head back. Draw the belly in, stack the shoulders over the hips, draw the arms forward, press the palms together, and then lock the the arms into your shoulders. We're going to reach forward from the hips, keeping the arms nice and straight. Breathe in, reach forward, breathe in, reach forward, and drop the hands to the earth. Different method for getting where we're going. Rise up to your seat. If you are sitting on something, remove it. We're going to draw the soles of the feet together and send the bottom several inches away from the heels. Hands come behind you, fingers point toward the back body. And we're going to do something we do at the beginning of class and toward the end as well, which is a reverse tabletop. So check out the feet. Big toe mounds on the ground, pinky toes on the ground, middle of the heels on the ground. A little lift of the inner arches of the feet. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, knees forward, bottom up, tilt the tailbone toward the sky, stretching the shoulders, strengthening so many places in the body, maybe your head drops back. On your next exhale, send your next exhale. Draw your bottom down to the ground. And we'll keep the soles of the feet on the ground. Arms back in front. We shift the arms into the shoulders. So right now you're checking back in with your feet. You got a little bit of working, strengthening in the shoulder blades. On our next exhale, keep your hands as wide as they are and take a little twist to the right. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, come partway down. Inhale, right. Inhale, then exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Stretch and strengthen. Inhale, center. Lift that heart. Come partway down. Inhale. Exhale, right. You got this. Beautiful. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. One more time. Breathe in, center. Exhale, partway down. So last one. Inhale. Exhale, right. Hard to keep the feet on the ground. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. All the way down to the earth. Full body pencil stretch. Legs stretch. Thumbs hook. Fingertips spread wide. Toes and fingers reach to either side of your space. One at a time, draw your knees to your chest. Give them a good squeeze. And then make circles with your knees. You can take them in opposite directions or the same direction. Or mix it up a little bit. This is to support the low back. Start to lubricate the hips a bit more. We're going to rock and roll ourselves up to a seat. Cross your ankles, roll over them. Come to a child's pose. Arms nice and long. If your shoulders are cranky here, Go ahead and bend the elbows out left and right and let the fingertips or the thumb tips touch. Feel the upper back stretching out. Feel a lengthening along the spine, top to bottom. And a widening and softening of the sacrum, left to right, right to left. For some, this is also a bit of a quad stretch or a hamstring stretch. It depends on what your body is experiencing today. And we're going to rise up to tabletop. Bring the tops of the feet to the earth. Really feel that connection there. Take up some real estate with your fingers and let your inner elbows kind of smile at each other. We're going to work on a little strength. On an exhale, you'll press into the ground with the hands and the tops of the feet. Use the belly and float the knees away, just a couple inches. You might feel an opening across the top of your back, but a strengthening in your thighs and your belly and your arms. 3, 2, 1. Slowly, knees drop. We do a cow, followed by a cat. Long, strong spine, straight tabletop. Next exhale, float the knees. Belly's working. Tops of the feet, the hands, the arms. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Slowly the knees drop. You move into a cow and a cat. And one last time, because here we're going to roll over the toes, if possible, into downward dog after we've lifted the knees. Exhale, knees lift. 3, 2, use the belly, press your hips up, roll over your toes, downward facing dog. We are doing a whole bunch of stuff in down dog. It's one of the most beneficial poses because so many parts of the body are active. So feel the fingers, feel the arms, armpits, the belly, the lengthening of the legs. You do not have to have the feet, the heels touching the ground. And if you can float your feet off the ground, feel free. I'm feeling this not only in my hamstrings, but in my calves and my glutes. All are stretching out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Rise up to the tippy toes. Look past your hands and tiptoe all the way to the front of your mat. Find your forward fold. Heels will drop down. And even here, in a sort of semi-relaxed posture, just by the fact that we have an inversion going on, right? So we've got a lot of the body facing downward. We're stretching, but we're also working to strengthen the ankles and the legs. Maybe stretching the hammies. Let's give us a chance to explore and discover it a little bit more by drawing the hands just under the knees, pressing into the shins to lift up for our halfway lift. Strong, strong posture with the belly, with the heels, with the glutes, opening up the collarbones and the neck. Breathe in. Exhale, slowly move into your Uttanasana. Maybe you feel a bit longer and stronger here. We're going to take another halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. 2 breaths. Open up those collarbones. Exhale, drop into your forward fold. Gently unravel all the way to stand. Let the arms sweep out and remain there. Can't tell which way I'm going here. Take the heels of the hands and reach them away from you. Draw your arms in front, keep the heels of the hands there. And then lock the arms back into the shoulders so you start to feel the shoulder blades draw together. For me, that automatically activates the belly. My glutes are probably a little overactivated, so I'm just going to bend my knees a little. Bring the heels of the hands back out. Press the palms down, and then turn the palms up. Turn the palms behind you. Feel how the shoulders are moving. Press the palms back up. Lift the arms to the sky. Interlace your fingers and bring your hands to the back of your neck. And here it's really easy to dump into the belly or the knees or to lean forward. Let's bolster the legs like they're tree trunks, without locking the knees, kind of hard. And then feel the energy of springtime rising up from the earth, up the inner arches of the feet, stacking the knees over the ankles, the hips over the knees and the shoulders over the hips. Energy of the head into the hands. Arms will lift overhead. We're going to take a chair pose, Utkatasana. You're welcome to bring your hands to your heart if that's easier for you. Now there are a couple of variations of Utkatasana we're going to do today. Not yet. We'll stay in our Ut and Katasana, and we're going to keep energy in the feet, especially the heels. Draw the shoulders down. Draw the belly in and the tailbone forward. Ooh, so much at work. I'm stretching my calves. I'm strengthening my ankles. I'm stretching and strengthening my thighs. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale for a forward fold. A halfway lift. And a forward fold. We're going to come into a high plank. I'm using my blocks. They're not requisite, but it helps to play around with low plank without dropping your knees or with dropping your knees. So you're going to bend the elbows in toward the rib cage. Just come halfway down. Belly strong. Press back up. Again, come halfway down. And press back up. Halfway down, and then swoop into a downward dog. To the tippy toes, heels back and down. Finding your strength, finding your stretch. Look forward, make your way to your hands. Doesn't matter if you walk, skip, hop, run, jump, dance. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Allow your hands to gather behind your back. Fingers interlace or hook. Straighten the arms. And then in your fold, perhaps, as you breathe in, and then breathe out, the bind lifts away from your back. Lots of stretch. Shoulders. Strengthening the arms. Hands release toward the earth. I'm going to step the left foot way to the back of the mat. Take your time. Runner's lunge. Set yourself up here for balance. Hands should be sort of framing your front foot as opposed to in front of it or way behind it. Take a moment now to tilt your tailbone, your pelvis forward. Feel what that does to the back leg and the ankle. So I just added some stretch and some strengthening. We're going to drop the back knee and untuck the toes. Feel where you feel it. We're going to lift halfway up. Take the right hand to the heart and twist. Press the big toe mound and the heel of the front foot into the earth and press the shoelace side of the other foot into the earth. Drop your hand by your side, sweep the arm up by the ear, and then open it up toward the sky. You might have been experiencing a much bigger stretch throughout the body in this twist when I take it in that method. Big toe mound press to the earth, heel press to the earth. You might feel a little bit more in your thigh when you do that. Hand comes down and around. We rise up on Janayasana. Same gig here. You want to press the heel of the front foot into the ground and the shoelace side of the back foot. I can feel my belly is just like hanging out all over the place. So I'm going to squeeze my left glutes and tilt my tailbone forward and bring my pelvis forward. Both arms forward. Lock them back into your shoulders. Breathe in. And exhale, twist open, east to west pose. Reach the fingers away from you. Activate your triceps. I can feel a stretch in my psoas on the left side. Strengthening of the glutes on the left side. Strengthening of the triceps on both arms. Both arms draw forward. Exhale, hands come around your front foot, half split, Ardha Hanumanasana. Now, for many of us, if at home you don't have blocks, I apologize, just grab some pillows. For many of us, we think about how do we get our head to our shin? Rather than worrying about how deep you go, think about how long your spine is. How sturdy your left glutes are. Heart moves forward, shoulders move back, and then we might find our fold. Beautiful stretch. And for adding a little bit of strength, it's almost as if you are dragging the mat back with your front heel and pulling it a little forward with your back knee. Rise halfway up. Using your belly, scoot that right foot back to the mat. Tuck your back toes under and lift your hips. We're going to hop that back foot halfway up the mat for Parsvottanasana, our pyramid pose. Maybe your hands come to blocks. Let's check in with the hips. Oftentimes, they're swinging off to the right. So press again into the front heel. You're doing more stretching on the right side. Fortify your left leg like it's a tree trunk. So drawing the kneecap upward toward the quad and the heel down to the earth. Nod your head, shake your head. We're going to move into another variation of chair pose, which will emphasize strengthening of the ankles and the thighs. Step forward for your forward fold. Drop your bottom, find your way into a chair pose, and bring your hands to your heart. Imagine you're holding something between your ankles, and then we're going to rise up to the tiptoes. If you imagine you're holding something between your ankles, you are steadier, and your heels don't flay out left and right. Sink a little deeper. Bring your heels down, stay low. Nice. Open up your heart, tilt your tailbone forward a little bit. We're going to rise up to the tiptoes again. Squeeze those ankles toward one another. Squeeze the thighs like they're spinning toward one another. Sink a little lower. Whoa. Bring your heels down, stay low. Beautiful. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, fold. Inhale for your halfway lift. Long and strong here, nothing just hanging out. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to step the right foot all the way back on the mat as far as you can. Set yourself up for balance. If all your weight is in your front heel, you're going to reach that back heel back and press your pelvis forward. Now you're starting to stretch the back, but also steady yourself. Left hand to your heart. Breathe in, halfway up. Exhale, twist. Drop your hand by your side. Left hand by your side, and then we sweep it forward by the ear and all the way up for a deeper twist. Big toe mound of the front foot and the heel really working to connect to the earth. Pelvis is forward, check in. Left glutes might be stretching and or strengthening. And you're really working into that back heel. Next, exhale, hand comes down to the mat, and we drop the back knee. Untuck the toes, find our way into Anjaneyasana. If you need to play around because you feel wobbly, especially check with your toes, your front toes. They might be grabbing the mat. So if they are, go ahead and move the foot out to the left a little bit. Press into the heel of the front foot, the top of the back foot. See, you don't have to look, but if it feels like it's sickling, it probably is. So maybe play around. And then sit forward with the pelvis. Oh yeah. So as, go as. Arms come in front of you. They lock into your shoulders. Inhale, exhale, find your twist. East-west pose. Pelvis forward, don't forget. We come forward, hands frame the front foot, maybe with blocks. Half split, Ardha Uttanasana. Now think about being as straight up and down as possible. Press the pelvis forward, lift the heart, and then begin to fold. Use those muscles. And like we did before, we're sort of feeling an energetic pulling back of the left heel and an energetic moving forward of the right knee. That activates your inner thighs. So we find ourselves in a posture that combines strengthening and stretching. A halfway lift, we draw the left foot to the ground. It might take a little extra effort. Tuck the back toes under and lift the hips. Make sure the left foot is all the way on the ground. Hop the back foot forward. Parsvottanasana. What I often see, and sometimes experience myself, is an intent to align the back foot behind the front foot. And generally speaking, that makes the hip swing out to the left. If you're too far to the right or the right foot is too forward, your hips will swing to the right. And what you're aiming for is balance. So you just have to move around and try some things. Let your head go. Imagine that your noggin is like a big rock on a bungee cord. We will step forward, and guess what? Utkatasana. Sitting low, Arms overhead. You're welcome to stand first and then move into your chair. Now we're going to bring the arms forward. This seems like a theme as well. Lock them into your shoulders. Now in this variation, we're working the core for strength, the thighs for strength, and we're opening up the space between the shoulder blades. So on your exhale, you reach forward, scoop the lowest rib toward the hips, scoop the pelvis forward, drop your head, reach, 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 breathe in. Reach, really press the pelvis forward, breathe in. Reach, rib cage to hips. One more time, breathe in. Round that back. And now in this posture, let's see if we can rise up to the balls of the feet. Keeping the heels and the ankles steady, nice. We're going to sink it down as far as we can. For some of you, that might be to a seat. That is definitely not me. We'll bring the hands to the mat and return to our tabletop. Nice work, everyone. Let's give our thighs a little break into child's pose. Balasana 1 might feel very special in this moment with your knees together. If you are in Balasana 1, rather than the forehead being resting on something, bring the top of the head to the ground and let the arms sweep by the sides of your legs. Hands under your shoulders, rise up as promised in the description. If anybody even reads those, I don't know. But that is my planning mechanism. We're going to find our way all the way down to our back. Take your time and prepare for bridge. So if there's anything special you need for that, like a block between your knees, we're going to work more of a Pilates style bridge to protect the low back. So rather than scooping your heels closer to your bottom, bring them a little farther away, 6 to 8 inches. Hands are by your sides. Scoot your shoulder blades toward the hips on the same sides. And then draw your low back to the earth. So already I'm feeling a stretch across my shoulder blades and a stretch in my low back. So now on an inhale, press the heels to the ground, the knees forward, and lift your bottom. Back tailbone aims for the sky. And if you have the space, you might snuggle your shoulder blades toward each other. Now your heart is lifting. So we're gaining strength, especially in quads. We're opening up the heart space and strengthening the space between the shoulder blades. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. All the way down to the mat. Unzip. Take a minute here. I'm going to lift my arms over my head because it feels good. And the arms draw by the sides once again, the palms down. Prep, feet not too close to your bottom. Shoulder blades toward your hips. Lower back, press to the earth. Inhale, knees forward, hips lift. Pelvis points toward the sky. And maybe one at a time, the shoulder blades draw toward each other if that helps you open up your heart. Press those big toe mounds and pinky toes and heels into the earth. And don't forget to take the energy out of your low back by using your quads and pressing the pelvis forward and up. All right, unzip all the way down to the mat. We're going to work into a twist. So cross your right knee over your left knee like you're fancy and sitting in a chair with your legs crossed. Move your left foot out to the left and then sneak your hips a little to the left. Drop your knees to your right. Arms flop out. Head turns opposite of your knees. Feel this super duper twisting and stretching from the inner right shoulder blade all the way down and around the back to the front hip. To get more of that twist, more of that lubrication, more of that length, imagine that top hip is moving forward in space. All right, nose points up. We heel toe that left foot toward the center of the mat. Shift your spine. And then we'll cross our legs the other way, left over right. Heel toe the right foot out to the right and shift your hips a little to the right. Knees will drop to the left, gaze to the right. Knees point back to the sky as the right foot comes to center. We straighten the spine and find a happy baby. And this is mostly about stretching the low back, the mid back, the upper back, the inner thighs, hammies. See if your shoulders can melt back toward the earth. And take the tension out of your throat and the back of your neck. You might find a little rocking back and forth works nicely here. Because as promised, we will move into our reverse tabletop before we finish. All right, soles of the feet come back to the mat. We're going to come up onto our elbows first and then shift onto our hands. Set yourself up. Your bottom is 6 to 8 inches from your heels. And on an exhale, knees forward, bottom up. Stretch the heart. I am sliding my neck back. And we breathe 3, 2, and 1. Send the bottom to the mat, close to the heels. Drop back down onto your spine. And any last posture your body calls for before Shavasana, make that happen here. Like your legs up the wall. Supta Baddha Konasana, flying Baddha Konasana. Another twist. And find your way into your final resting posture. Palms facing up. You prefer to stay in legs up the wall and find an actual wall to do so. You may do that. Once you're in Shavasana, you might scoop your shoulder blades toward your hips again. Soften the low back. Take a big breath in. And release slowly. All Everything settles in. The heart, mind, the breath, the body. Invite the body, the breath, and the mind to observe all the places that you're connected to the earth. And on the other side of the coin, all the places that you're connected with the air, space, the unified energy, consciousness. Return to your intention and consider how that might manifest as you make your way off your mat or out of your space today. Gently find your way back to your seat. You might find a little roll onto your side first, or maybe you do a rock and roll, your choice. We sit up nice and tall. Drop the hands by the sides. Imagine we could share our intentions with one another through the interwebs, the radio waves, whatever you want to call it, with the two of us in this space, in this room today. We're going to create a bubble for ourselves to live throughout the rest of the day, sharing with one another. So imagine you're swooping into that energy, arms slowly up and out, all the way up above your head, this beautiful bubble being formed, hands pressed together, and then they find their home at your heart. We'll close to a single chant of Om. If you would like to join in, absolutely welcome. And if you would prefer not to, maybe you just imagine it kind of Om sort of rolling out silently on your breath. Cleansing breath first. And fill up for Om. Thumb goes right to your center forehead. May you find joy in every day. Namaste. It is always a treasure to join you online where you can see me, but I can't see you. Absolutely welcome to come here in person anytime to do a little yoga, to blow some glass. And next week is the 31st. Is that right? On Saturday. So there will not be a YouTube practice. I am training for level 1 Reiki. So maybe that will convince you to come into the studio and experience that. Anyway, my name is Karen, Salt and Sand Studios. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.